What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this quick takes edition of our podcast, and we're talking baseball today, man. Sayzar, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm excited for this series. I'm ready to roll, bro. Let's do this.
Yeah, we're at the final leg of the baseball season, which is my season. So now I'm gonna have to start watching more NBA, more NFL, all that other stuff, since baseball is coming to an end, man.
Yeah, I know it's bittersweet. It's a bittersweet feeling. But yeah, man, I'm excited though. I'm excited for these next I guess 7 games that we're gonna see. But we'll see. It's gonna be an interesting off season, but we'll talk about that some other time, you
Yeah,
know.
the off season. Oof. Yeah, this season has been great though. It's been a lot of surprises, a roller coaster season, especially for the team that we root for and all the emotions they put us through. I won't name who they are, but you know who they are. But other than that, all the other teams, man, especially like who's playing in the World Series, big surprises, and it's been a fun overall season. Before we jump into the World Series, though, any thoughts on the championship series we just concluded?
I mean, we witnessed two amazing series. They both went to 7 games. Both these teams that won, the Diamondbacks and the Rangers, they had to come back from a 3-2 deficit on the road, which was amazing to me. They were both the underdogs. Both these teams have been warriors this whole playoffs, and yeah, man, it was great, bro. I mean, it's everything you want to see in playoff baseball. You know, the fans were great. There was a little bit of drama, and yeah, I love the LCS. It was great. It was great for baseball.
Yeah, that Texas and Houston series in particular, like it was two dogs fighting each other. It was like a cage match between those two teams, especially like you mentioned, once they got into that little scuffle, that little back and forth. But that series was good. I don't think a home team won a game in that entire series. I think a
Right,
host team won every single game, concluding
right.
with Texas taking it in the last game, game seven. But they showed a lot of heart, Texas did. They just played their butts off, bro. And they beat down on Houston, who was, the cream of the crop for the American League for years, seven straight ALCS appearances. Texas finally knocks them off, and now they're in the World Series. And with the Diamondbacks, man, credit to you because the last time we spoke baseball, you said that they are playing with house money and they're just going out there.
Hmm.
And look where they are now. And one thing that I think will be good for both teams, and we'll talk about it a little bit too later, is the
Hmm.
experience both of their managers bring. And I
Hmm.
think that really helped catapult them to the position they're in today.
Yeah, and going back to that Texas and Houston series, the Battle of Texas, it's crazy how they bounced back after Altuve hitting that go-ahead 3-run shot in Game 5. The way that the Rangers responded, like that showed me a lot. Like they blew them out Game 6. Game 7 was another, they were up by like 8 or 9 runs as well, like in the ninth inning. And wow, that response was amazing. Arizona, you know, they were pretty much they were they dog walked the Dodgers to get to the LCS. This was the first time they actually faced some adversity,
Yeah.
and they responded pretty well as well with the last 2 games, Game 6 and 7, against a great Phillies team that I thought they probably had the best momentum going into the LCS out of all the teams left. And man, those they both teams showed great resiliency, and this is just it's painting to be a great World Series, man. It's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight.
And it's funny too. I don't know if you saw on social media, a lot of the Diamondbacks players, even their manager, were like retweeting a lot of the like not the hate so much, but like a lot of people doubting them. So I like to see that petty energy because I'm a petty dude myself. So it was kind of dope to see them like showing the receipts of like, yo, y'all doubted us, this person doubted us. I will put myself out there. I doubted them. I didn't think they would win against the Phillies, but yeah, man, they're here. And now they're in the World Series looking for their second title in franchise history. Texas is looking to win a title. What are your thoughts on the World Series, man?
Oh man, it's tough to tell how it's gonna be. I guess I mean I see it going to 7 games, to be honest. Um, on paper, I if you look at these teams, maybe before the season started or whatever, and you look at on paper, I feel like the Texas Rangers probably have the better overall um, constructed team. You know, with their three-headed monster and Ovaldi, Scherzer, and Montgomery. So I just feel like they have probably the better starting pitching staff overall. And also, like, their lineup is scary, man. The Texas Rangers lineup is pretty scary. I feel like Arizona, in order for them to win, I feel like Christian Walker really needs to wake up.
Yeah.
He's been struggling a lot. He doesn't look comfortable in that batter's box. And I just feel like, you know, they're gonna need him in this series. They're gonna need everybody to beat this Rangers team. And Scherzer, for the Texas Rangers, they need him to also produce a little bit better as well as one of their main pitchers. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a great series, man. That catcher for the Rangers is gonna have his hands full with
Oh,
these with these Arizona Diamondbacks. They stole like 4 stolen bases in Game 6 and 7, and that was against Real Muto, a stud. So that's something to watch out for too. Arizona loves playing that small ball, and they just look like a young team that's gonna go out there and I don't know, man. They're not gonna fold. You're gonna have to beat them. They're not gonna beat themselves. So
yeah, I love seeing the way they play because it's almost like a mix of that old school baseball and then you have a little bit of the new school as well, which I love
mhm.
to see because you look at Texas and they're a very powerful team. Like top to bottom, their lineup is freaking crazy elite, and they could mash. I mean, they could score 11 runs in a blink of an eye. But with Arizona, one thing that I'd like to see at first, Zach Gallen is one dude. He struggled in the NLCS, so he needs to bounce back as well for their pitching. But their rookie Brandon Fat, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, he's showing up in the postseason. This is a
Yeah,
kid. He struggled a little bit in the regular season. I think his ERA was almost like 6 in the regular season. But this postseason, he is stepping up and he's doing a phenomenal job for that pitching staff. So the combination of him, if Gallen can bounce back, Merrill Kelly can keep doing what he's doing and give some strong innings. Now you have a three-headed monster in Arizona to match up with that three-headed monster in Texas. And offensively, yeah, their speed kills. They are going
mhm.
to run, especially with Corbin Carroll, who rookie of the year, dude is elite. He's a super stud. He's going to run all over Texas if they allow him to do so. So they definitely got to control the base paths. If you're the Rangers, on the pitching side for Texas, though, I like what you said about Scherzer. He needs to give them good innings because if he's only going to give them 2 to 3 innings, now you're relying on that bullpen to really like pick up the slack. And in a series like this, a World Series 7 game series, you don't want to tax your bullpen early on. But we'll see. Montgomery has been a stud. He's done everything and more than you could have hoped for. Big lefty. He came out of the pen in the Houston series and shut them down. But dude he's just been phenomenal this postseason. Um, Eovaldi's another dude who can strike out 10 dudes in 5 innings once he gets on a roll. So he's another power pitcher that Texas has. Overall, I think both teams are pretty evened out when you really break them down. And, obviously Texas has the edge offensively, pitching wise. You can argue either side. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sitting here today. I broke it down. I had notes and all this stuff, and I still don't know who I want to pick to win this World Series, bro. It's that close to me in my mind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with you there. Like the Diamondbacks also their bullpen has been showing up too.
Yes,
So
it
that's
has.
something. So that's why I didn't want, like, you just don't know who has the advantage there in the pitching. Yeah, man, I don't. It's gonna be tough. So, what is your prediction though? What is? You got to make a choice now.
Man, when I looked at, if you look at it on paper, you talked about seeing the teams on paper. This looks like Texas in five. It
Mm.
looks like Texas in five. But when you
Hmm.
really dive into the numbers, you dive into the teams, you look at the intangibles of each team, and you kind of throw away also like the analytical part and just focus on the baseball side of it, the eye test. I think the Diamondbacks will take it in seven, bro. I think I'm gonna go D-backs in seven.
Wow, I am so surprised you picked the Diamondbacks. I was waiting for you to pick the Rangers. I was waiting for you to pick the Rangers. Honestly, the way that this postseason has gone, these teams have been road warriors this whole playoffs. They both came from the wild card round, and it on paper it looks like the Diamondbacks are gonna have four road games, and Texas is gonna have three. So mathematically speaking, the Diamondbacks have the advantage with the way that the playoffs have gone this year. So I also have the Diamondbacks in seven. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I don't know the way that these playoffs has been. It seems like for the story to end, like to like solidify it, um, a team like the Diamondbacks would be the ones to walk off with a ring.
Yeah,
So
that'll be some story, bro. Because I want to give myself a little bit of credit, though. I was talking to my guy Jeff Fennell, when we did the Sports 360 podcast.
shout out.
When we did the MLB predictions, he asked me about the dark horse teams that I didn't pick to make the playoffs, but could potentially do that. I picked Texas and the Diamondbacks as the two teams on each side. And the fact that they're here in the World Series, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit for that one. Give
Mm-hmm.
myself credit for picking them. Did I think they'd make the World Series? Absolutely not. But here they are, man. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Diamondbacks in seven.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and honestly, as a Yankee fan, like, I kind of would like Texas to win because, they kind of went aggressive with their moves.
Yes.
And you saw what you saw. You saw how they built this team to win a championship and to get at after the Astros, and it worked.
Yeah,
They're
they went all in. They've been going all in for two off seasons now, and at the trade deadline as well.
yeah. So, but again, I don't mind Arizona winning because they're a young team. I love Gabriel Moreno. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
be a star in this league, and I think Christian Walker, he's gonna center himself, and he's gonna produce. They need him. They're gonna need him, and I think he's gonna bounce back in this series. But you know, switching gears, Dusty Baker announced his retirement, and this dude, I remember seeing him as a kid,
Oof.
and it's like, what are your thoughts on Dusty Baker's career if he really does follow through with his retirement?
The dude is a baseball lifer. He's the definition of that. He's been in the game basically his whole life. And, to see what he's done as a manager, how he's connected with players everywhere he's gone, I don't think there are many people who have said bad things about Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
The dude just goes out and he just looks like he has fun. Even at this age, he was just out there looking like he was having fun managing and being in the game of baseball. Hall of Fame manager, if you ask me. I'm glad he has his World Series ring. Um, and I think one of the biggest accomplishments of his career is coming in and managing that Houston team after that whole cheating scandal and
Mm-hmm.
really just doing a phenomenal job of like handling the media and the fans and all that stuff. The way he really navigated that first season as manager with Houston was like textbook. Like this is like a master class of how to be a manager, and he's done a phenomenal job there. Credit to him. He continued to stick to his baseball gut. He wasn't, big into the analytics, and
Mm-hmm.
he won a World Series doing so. So, Dusty, if this is at the end for you for real, man, we love you. You're a dope manager. Hall of Fame manager, and just thank you for everything you've done for the game.
Yeah, I don't know Dusty personally, but I love him too. I don't know. He just seems like a very ever since I saw him the first time, I just felt like this dude just looks like a lovable dude, and it's
Yeah,
weird to say, but you know, I don't know. I get good vibes from Dusty, and clearly he's beloved. What he did with the Astros was amazing. I loved him back when he was a Chicago Cubs manager as well. And nah, man. Um, I hope he. I wish him hope. I wish him well in the next journey that of his life. And thank you, Dusty, for all these years, man. Thank you.
hang them up, go on vacation, go somewhere tropical for the rest of what you got, man.
That's right. Enjoy enjoy that retirement, man. You deserve it.
Man, Diamondbacks in 7.
Yep, I did not expect you to pick the Diamondbacks. I'm gonna be
Man,
honest.
I was on the fence.
Me too.
It's just, once you kind of really break it down, I was just like, you know what? D-backs in 7. I can't keep
It just
doubting.
it just seems right. The way these playoffs have been going this season, it seems like you got to go with underdog. You got to go with the Road Warriors.
Yeah, man.
And, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how accurate we are.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Well, thank you for joining me, bro.
Yeah.
I
Thank you, bro.
appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. And well, it's almost Halloween, so
Yeah,
happy
almost there.
Halloween.
We
I
gotta
don't
dress
see.
up. We gotta dress up for that next episode we do. Make it fun.
Right. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, everyone. Thank everyone for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on IG. We here, man. Thank you, bro.
No, thank you, bro.